teaching variations of exercises, and also understanding the progressions or regressions from those exercises is something we're going to cover in today's tutorial. We're going to pick one exercise, and that's the Mermaid. Now, that's typically done short box, foot under the strap, and then that nice arm work. So I want to show you a more assisted variation to begin with. Then we're going to go up to the reformer standing or kneeling aside the carriage, depending on your reformer height. You can do it with the box, without the box. It's totally up to you. So play around with the different options. And then I'm going to take you into a more progressed state on the short box on the carriage. So let's start here. This is an exercise that I found to be super necessary with my beginning students, to get them to feel the stretch, to have the pull assist them. I put them on the floor on the box, and I did this variation. Now, to save time, I've kind of placed the box already where I want it to be. You want it to be just far enough away, and if I take the swivel pulley, I want the box to be just slightly there, center of the box. So I'm going to start by just allowing, you notice I'm turned out, heel is on the box edge, and that's going to just help assist me. And as I reach up, the strap is being pulled. So I've got this spring tension helping facilitate that stretch. Now you can do strict flexion, or you can add a little bit of flexion and rotation, depending on what you feel like doing. Then lower the hand down, bring the other arm up, and stretch. Bring it back down. So you can see the similar movement of the arm work, but in both directions in this Mermaid, I am actually being assisted and pulled into it. So it allows me to feel that nice stretch. And also, it creates a neural programming of where we're going without the load on the body. So anytime we do an exercise where we're assisted, we can really teach more specificities on movement because it's telling us where to go versus us doing it without that knowledge base of what to feel. So it kind of gets us a feeling sense and sets us up for a good movement pattern. Now I'm going to go around the other side of the carriage. I'm on the clinical 18-inch, so it's higher than normal. So everybody's need to modify it for their own reformer. So if I'm kneeling, you could also put a box. You can kneel on the box. It doesn't matter what feels right for you. But to do the basic Mermaid series, and you can do it kneeling with the long box on too, meaning you can have your hand up here based on your reformer height. So there's no springs. I've got my knees slightly wider than my hips, and I'm just going to let the carriage close as I go into this position of the Mermaid. Then I'm going to lower my hand down. I'm going to go into that position. Switch. And switch. Now you can adjust leg positions by doing one up. Or switch and do the other one up. So I want you to play around with what feels right in your body. But this is a really great way to do a smooth transition without compression. So this closed chained version, I've always got one hand on a solid surface, so I'm on a much more stable base to be able to move from. Let me show you with the box on. You can do it in a side lunge position or just a legs wide position. So let's see if I got it about right here. There. Up. So yeah, so this is my leg position. I'm pretty wide. If I want to do it in a lunge, I can get into a lunge position and you can see one of my knee. I'll show you from the back just so you can see that it's clear. So you can get in a lunge position and or straight leg on both. Adjust where your hand needs to be. I've moved mine to center box just so I can get that nice movement. So taking it from the floor to no springs on the carriage and now to higher level. And I've got quite a few different variations of a mermaid, but I wanted to keep this tutorial just showing you some variations and a way to start with assisted and go into this advanced state. So side kneeling lunge, short box at the spring side edge. I've got one red, and I'm just going to do this. Grab it and stretch. Switch and press. Now I can simply go from here up, but that's going to require me to be much lighter than that. Sorry about that. Wasn't prepared. All right. So stretch, up, and that way. So there's a couple different ways you can do it. You can do the handoff, scoop the hand down, and press. Or you can do up, stretch, and switch. Been a while since I've done that one. So there's a couple different variations for you to play around with. Make sure on the box variation you pad the knee for anybody that needs it. Be very aware of where the knee is in relationship to the foot and that you're always stabilizing with the kneeling glute. As I showed you at the beginning of this advanced one, I was doing it on a red. You can do it on a red if you have some strength clients. I don't have a problem doing it on a red when I'm not adding the overhead press. But if you're going to do the overhead press, just play around with spring tension. You may even find that being that high up, for some of your students, a yellow will be fine. So play around with those. I really recommend starting all your students on the low level. And you'll see, if you're a flow teacher, you're going to see some really great ways to connect other exercises on the box, taking that as a starting point if you want to work on a flow. Thanks for watching.